146. 146.
Ha?
146.
146 na.
Since Midjourney's come out, we've all been using a bunch of these different codes to take more control over our art. The problem is they don't all work anymore. Version 4 has come out and certain algorithms have certain codes that work while some don't. So I'm going to go over which codes currently work, which ones don't, so you can know exactly what's available to you when generating art on Midjourney. Now, in order to see what algorithms are available, so you know what I'm referring to, we're going to go to /settings in Discord and take a look. So you can see here we've got 7 algorithms, which is versions 1 to 4, each one getting more advanced as they go, and then EG mode, which is more of an anime style mode that allows you to produce more illustration and stylistic images that are sort of closer to an anime or Japanese animated style. Then you've got MJ Test Photo. These are 2 test algorithms that were released between version 3 and 4, which are also very high quality. 4 is the highest quality at the moment, however, the test algorithms produce high resolution images. But what we're going to do now is touch on which codes work for every single algorithm so you know which ones are safe to use straight off the bat. Now we're going to start with some codes, and the way that codes work is you type in your prompt such as a dog on a skateboard, and then you add the code to the end. And the first one we're going to look at is aspect ratio. If I type in --AR, if I type in 1 to 1, I get a 1 to 1 image. If I type in 3 to 2, I get an image that's 3 units wide by 2 units tall. Now this works on every algorithm, but there are different limitations to what actual aspect ratios you can get. If I come back to this image here in the Midjourney documentation, you can see the different algorithms and the shapes they produce. And then of course you can switch the numbers around, so instead of having 4 to 7 and producing a tall image, you can have 7 to 4 and produce a wider image. But there are actually different aspect ratios available for each different algorithm. For version 4 and the EG models, we can go up to 2 to 1 or 1 to 2, depending on which orient. You'll notice that all the images look pretty similar because what Chaos does is it creates variance between the 4 images in the grid. So with 0, there is no Chaos applied, so they all have the same look. But now if I paste the exact same prompt in and give the Chaos of 100, you'll notice that the images are actually a lot more different from each other. So if you're looking for a lot more variety in your image grid, try bumping that Chaos up to 100 or somewhere between 0 and 100 to play with that and see what you can get. The next command that works on everything is --no, which is negative words. So once again, I'm going to type in the same prompt, cat, the sunglasses, and I'm going to type in --no at the end. I'm going to put sun. You'll notice there is no instance of the sun in these images, and it's actually sort of like a bit more starry sort of look to it, but if I don't want to include the sun in there, then I simply put --no, and whatever words are placed there, it de-emphasizes those words. And while it's not a perfect command, it is great for taking more control over your prompts. Stop is the next code that works with absolutely everything. So if I type in an image of, say, carnival, and I say --stop at 10, it stops rendering at 10% at reaction and add the envelope. If you're not in the middle of this too, for image grid, try variance too, depending on which orientation you want. Use a back to this image. Works on every algorithm, but there are different limitations to what actual aspect ratios you can get. If I come back to this image here in the Midjourney documentation, you can see the different algorithms and the shapes they produce. And then of course you can switch the numbers around, so instead of having 4 to 7 and producing a tall image, you can have 7 to 4 and produce a wider image. But there are actually different aspect ratios available for each different algorithm. For version 4 and DG models, we can go up to 2 to 1 or 1 to 2, depending on which orientation you want. Whereas with versions 1, 2, and 3, we can go 5 to 2 or 2 to 5 maximum. Whereas the test algorithm, which is test and test P, we can do 3 to 2 or 2 to 3. Now the next code that works with absolutely everything is chaos. So if I type in imagine and start my prompt, this time it might be a cat with sunglasses. I type in dash dash chaos. And the way it works is if I give it a chaos of 0, you'll notice that all the images look pretty similar, because what chaos does is it creates variance between the 4 images in the grid. So with 0, there is no chaos applied, so they all have the same look. But now if I paste the exact same prompt in and give the chaos of 100, you'll notice that the images are actually a lot more different from each other. So if you're looking for a lot more variety in your grid, try bumping that chaos up to 100 or somewhere between 0 and 100 to play with that and see what you can get. The next command that works on everything is dash dash no, which is negative words. So once again, I'm going to type in the same prompt, cat with sunglasses. I'm going to type in dash dash no at the end. I'm going to put sun. You'll notice there is no instance of the sun in these images. And it's actually sort of like a bit more starry sort of look to it, but if I don't want to include the sun in there, then I simply put dash dash no, and whatever words I place there, it de-emphasizes those words. And while it's not a perfect command, it is great for taking more control over your prompts. Stop is the next code that works with absolutely everything. So if I type in an image of, say, a carnival, and I say dash dash stop at 10, the same prompt, cat with sunglasses, I'm going to type in dash dash no at the end. I'm going to put variance between the 4, 2 to 1 or 1 to 2. Back to this image here in the mid-journey documentation, you can see 3 units wide by 2 units tall. Now this works on every algorithm, but there are different limitations to what actual aspect ratios you can get. If I come back to this image here in the mid-journey documentation, you can see the different algorithms and the shapes they produce. And then of course you can switch the numbers around, so instead of having 4 to 7 and producing a tall image, you can have 7 to 4 and produce a wider image. But there are actually different aspect ratios available for each different algorithm. For invert, so once I can type in my prompt, which is imagine a carnival. It doesn't have to be the same prompt, but in this case we will use the same prompt. I type in dash dash seed and I paste that number in there and hit enter. So this was our previous image with the seed that we copied, and this is the new one with the exact same seed. You can see it's extremely similar because what seed does is produce the same sort of noise or pattern, whatever it is that Midjourney starts with. It starts with that exact same information, so therefore you tend to get the same images. So by using seed, you can actually just adjust your results a little more closely by using the same starting point when you re-enter that prompt. So now we're going to explore the codes that don't work with every algorithm. And we're going to start with same seed, which works on version 1, 2, 3, as well as test and test P. However, the results with test and test P I haven't found to be as consistent as versions 1, 2, and 3. So if I type in imagine, I put my prompt in there, and instead of seed, I type in same seed, and I include a number. Now this number is 10 digits. So if all I do is simply type in 10 digits, I need to make sure I don't use version 4 or Niji or it won't work. So I type in dash dash V space 3 to use version 3. You'll notice that each image looks pretty much exactly the same because same seed has the same seed number for every image in this picture. So if I actually if I take this exact same prompt, if I paste it in and I just make the seed the same instead of same seed, it now has a bit more variation as opposed to before when we use same seed, which I put my prompt in there and instead of that prompt. So now we're going to explore as well as test and test P. However, the results of test and test P I haven't found to be as consistent as versions 1, 2, and 3. So if I type in imagine, I put my prompt in there, and instead of C, I type in same C, and I include a number, the same prompt. A works for versions 1 to 8, and I give the image weight 1, which is the default, or up to 5. And what that does is, it weights the image of priority with the image URLs. 3 or version 1 or test, not version 4, not the default algorithm. You see, it's rely a little less on the image, but the image is still a part of that generation. Obviously, when the image is included, it's going to use it to some degree.
Quick video, I'm going to show you a tip you can combine ChatGPT with Midjourney and get really cool results. So instead, we can kind of say, here is the image we're prompting, 5 descriptive keywords, camera type, camera lens type, type of day, style of photograph, type of film.
Okay. Ilang Marlboro?
Wala, dalawa.
Dalong ka ha? Dalong stick.
Dalawang taraso. Wala. Ganon.
918.
Sa mentas.
Bakit? Dalawa? Okay.
Film. A lot of these things really made a big impact on getting the image to just look old for now. ChatGPT is trained, so we can say, right, training it into the generate these things, the formula. Here's one formula.
Ito, donut.
Meron po. Ilan po?
Dalawa nga. Yan isa. Yan isa.
Louis Donut, 12.
Dalawa isa. Dalawa. Ito. Dalawa. Ito na natin ha.
red na.
Birch tree online.
Yung isa pa po.
Formula I've been
Ano yung mga yung mga Victoria, Nagaraya,
Wala po.
Bayan pala, iya. Boy Bawang.
Yung birch tree na lang po na 40 ba yun o 50?
Ilan?
Isa lang po.
Ilan kuya?
Yan, ano yung Nagaraya, ano yung...
Walang nagalaya kuya.
Ano yan?
Boy bawang.
Ano yung mga kasanay?
Ha? Oh?
Yung mga...
Snacko yan. Snacko.
Hindi nga, wala nga.
Kabiling ano, Ariel with Downy. 6 na peraso.
Paano yung Boy Bawang? Gumawa ko lang isa.
Kuya.
Ariel with Downy.
Ilan? So, ano yung natin yung
Snacko.
isa? Itong itong green?
Oh, snacko.
Dari isa yung... Okay, ito ba?
421. Wala nang nagalaya.
Ito na lang pala.
Ano?
Balik ang balik ka rin.
Saan kuya? 20.
Ayun.
Ano sito?
Hmm?
Sito.
Sito?
experimenting with. Image prompting, 5 descriptive keywords, camera type, camera lens type, type of day, style of photograph, type of film. A lot of these things really made a big impact on getting the image to just look ultra realistic. So I don't want it to generate anything for me yet, so I want to just ask ChatGPT if it understands, and it's kind of training it into the chat for now. So I'm going to say, please respond with yes if you understand the formula. Yes, I understand the formula.
Galing mo din sa kuya. Ano? Panganay ka nga.
Ano may mabilis na kausap? Ay, magkano?
Pwede ko kung pinatay.
28. Yeah.
Ano na yun? Isang araw po.
Okay, so now ChatGPT is
Ano? Tutulong ko.
exact formula that we just plugged in. Image of a bustling city street, vibrant, energetic, diverse, chaotic, gritty, DSLR, wide-angle lens, late afternoon, street photography, black and white film. Now it left some parentheses in, which I don't really think will hurt the prompting, but I'm not totally sure, so let's just go ahead and tell ChatGPT to remove those parentheses. Rewrite the same 5 prompts, but without the parentheses. Certainly here's the same 5 prompts, and then it went ahead and it wrote those same 5 prompts, but without the parentheses. So now let's go ahead and copy these prompts that it gave us and see what we get. So now if I type imagine, paste in that same prompt there, image of a bustling city street, vibrant, energetic, diverse, chaotic, gritty, DSLR, wide angle lens, late afternoon, street photography, black and white film, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add an aspect ratio of 16:9 to it, and here's what we get out of it. A city street, black and white photo, bustling, gritty, all of the stuff it said. Let's grab our next prompt here. Image of a modern skyscraper, sleek, impressive, imposing, reflective.
Tatang itlog.
Saan ito?
45.
Pakasara naman. Ano kalaping kang amin mo? Amin? Wala ko na. 55.
On 27.
Ano salita?
Saan? 22. Sa dan?
Ano ba? Hindi na ako.
150 bigay mo.
This super quick video, I'm going to show you a tip you can find ChatGPT with Midjourney, style of photograph, type of film, prompts, but without the parentheses. Certainly, here's the same 5 prompts, and then it went ahead and the formula. Okay, city street, vibrant, energetic, diverse, chaotic, gritty, DSLR, wide-angle lens, late afternoon, street photography, black and white film. Now it left some of the parentheses in, which I don't really think will hurt the prompting, but I'm not totally sure, so let's do prompts, but without the parentheses. So here's the same. Prompts, and now there, image of a bustling city street, vibrant, energetic, diverse, chaotic, gritty, DSLR, wide angle, and here's what we get out of it. Blend, late afternoon, street photography, black and white film, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add an aspect ratio of 16:9 to it, and here's what we get out of it. A city street, black and white photo, bustling, gritty, all of this stuff is set. Let's grab our next prompt here. Image of a modern skyscraper, sleek, impressive, imposing, reflective, futuristic, mirrorless camera, telephoto lens, blue hour, architectural photography, color film, and here's what that generated. So that's what blue hour looks like. Image of a graffiti-covered wall, edgy, colorful, rebellious, expressive, urban, film camera, prime lens, midday, documentary photography, slide film. And here's the result of that. Image of a crowded subway station, busy, cramped, diverse, fast-paced, underground, smartphone camera, fisheye lens, rush hour, candid photography, digital. Let's make this an aspect ratio of 9:16 since it's a smartphone camera. There we go. We got a fisheye lens view of a subway station during rush hour. I mean, it looks pretty convincing to me. And our last one, image of a street performer entertaining, engaging, lively, artistic, compact camera, portrait lens, golden hour performance photography, color film. There we go. There's our street performers during golden hour. And that's just what I get when I say.
Kahit walang kurso.
Right, 5,
Papasa ko lang yung board exam ko, baka mag-ibang bansa
classic
ako.
car images. That's what it comes up with.
Huh?
And it also remembered the context from last time where it didn't put the parentheses this time. Image of a classic convertible car cruising down the street, retro, stylish, vintage, glamorous, powerful, DSLR, telephoto lens, sunset, automotive photography, color film. Bam, look at those. So cool. And that's just one formula we gave it right here. Let's go ahead and create a new chat and say, here is a Mid-Journey prompt formula. Subject of image, the style of, let's put name of a cartoon, put 5 adjectives, then let's put verb that subject is performing. Now let's just say, please respond yes if you understand the formula. Alright, so now that formula is trained into ChatGPT. Write 5 Mid-Journey prompts about famous athletes. And look at that. Michael Jordan in the style of Looney Tunes, soaring, unstoppable, fierce, determined, dunking. Serena Williams in the style of SpongeBob SquarePants, smashing, agile, powerful, focused, serving. Usain Bolt in the style of Tom and Jerry, sprinting, lightning fast, competitive, animated, winning. Simone Biles in the style of the Powerpuff Girls, flipping, graceful, fearless, strong, tumbling. Cristiano Ronaldo in the style of The Simpsons, scoring, charismatic, skilled, energetic, celebrating. And here's Michael Jordan in the style of Looney Tunes. Serena Williams is the style of SpongeBob SquarePants, I guess. Usain Bolt in the style of Tom and Jerry, and Simone Biles in the style of Powerpuff Girls. That one looked pretty accurate to me. And there you go, a quick tip for the day to combine ChatGPT with Midjourney and let ChatGPT do a lot of the work for you. Tell it the formula you want. You can use some of the formulas from my video about making ultra-realistic images with Midjourney, plug them into ChatGPT, and then have it spit out as many images as you want, following the exact same formula over and over again, and see what kind of creative images you come up with. It can also act as kind of like a second brain for prompt ideas for you. If you like nerding out about this kind of stuff with me, head on over to futuretools.io and join our free newsletter. Every single Friday, I send you the 5 coolest tools that I come across every week, 3 interesting news articles, 3 cool YouTube videos, and 1 cool way to make money using AI. It's really the TLDR of the AI space, and I send it every single Friday, and you can join the list for free over at futuretools.io. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos and to like them and to comment and to subscribe to the channel and all this stuff that you guys have been doing. It's been really awesome to see the growth of this channel, and I cannot thank you enough. And if you haven't already, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up so sure to get more like it inside of your YouTube feed. Alright, thanks again. Really appreciate you guys. See you next one. Bye.
Well, it's here. It hasn't even been a year since Midjourney was released to the public, and now version 5 is better than anyone's wildest imaginations. Yes, it can do hands. Yes, it can do multiple figures, close up, mid-ranged, and far away. Yes, it can generate a consistent character in different lighting, from different angles, with different expressions. It can do all of this with beautiful, photorealistic, imaginative images that hardly take any work at all from a prompting perspective. And if that's true, what's the point of an advanced Midjourney guide anymore? AI has progressed so far that I can teach you photorealism in Midjourney by telling you to type 2 words before any prompt. Yes, 2 words. You don't believe me? Well, I can prove it. The words are photo of. You can generate a photo of an ice cream cone melting and dripping through the grates of a sewer drain. Sorry, I need to quit starting with a gross one. One of you needs to go into the comments and just yell at me, because otherwise I think this is going to keep happening. We could do a photo of a young man with poofy blonde hair struggling to tie his shoes. That image would be a garbled mess in any other model, but here it looks great. And especially when I only give you a couple seconds to look at it, it looks like a photograph. Alright, I'm having fun. Let's do one more. How about we return to the fan favorite, my photo of Roger. He certainly looks photorealistic, and miles more so than anything I did for him in version 4. Look how cute he is while he's asking you to subscribe. Cool, right? But what gives? You're probably asking yourself, why would I make this big long input? It's the sense and the patience.
Is there any way to skip till morning?
No, not on a light server doesn't.
Man, nighttime is so boring. Hey, Alan, do you have any feathers that I need to put these arrows?
Yeah, I think we got some down the floor.
Cool, can you grab me some? Actually, can you grab me some electronic components?
Yeah, can you use some specs?
Really? Thanks, man. Hello?
Ha?
Hello? Guys? Guys, there's another player here. What? Yeah, there's another player in our base.
What do they want? What are they doing?
I don't know, they're not really saying anything. That's not a good sign.
Are they at least patching up and down?
They're not really doing anything. Excuse me, sir, we don't want any trouble. Guys, I don't like this!
Kill him! No, don't kill them. We don't want to make any enemies. Like they're not talking, we haven't seen the word.
I vote that we kill them. We are not killing them. We have to kill them. We have to kill them.
But we can't just go randomly killing them.
Guys, what am I doing? Am I killing them or not? Absolutely don't kill them. Oh, shit. Nope. They're gone.
What?
Yeah, they're gone. They disappeared. I don't know where they are. I mean, maybe they'll leave us alone, right? Like, how bad can it be?
Other players are bad, Alan. You're out for blood.
Gosh, they're probably gonna get their friends, come back, murder us, and take all of our shit.
We're not ready to fight other players. We're gonna die.
Ano?
We're gonna die.
Guys.
Tuloy Max Glo na malaki. Wala yung isa?
Ilang taon ka na?
Sorry, my mic went off. I thought you guys were new, so I thought you stopped supplying.
2 years na kasi ako dito.
Haka ka niya raw po. Hindi yan sa'yo. Hawa.
Yeah, it's really awful.
Sabi.
No problem. Welcome to the theatre.
Not so bad?
Well, not that far from my base.
Magkano mentos?
I'm gonna spawn now.
Piso.
Bye.
Ang isang balot, magkano?
Ha?
Isang balot.
Lang.
Mentos. Wala, agad
Far
lang.
from my base, so I'm gonna
Hindi
spawn
ko
now.
kontin.
Ha?
Ito ba yun?
Oh, hi. Sorry, my mic went off. I thought you guys were new, so I thought you'd come by. Oh. Thank you. Yeah, it's really awful. No problem. Welcome to the theatre.
Not so bad?
Now. Bye. Oh, hey, Kitty. You're new to the old channel here, so why don't you see more videos here and maybe, subscribe. Oh, I like that.
Excuse me, mayroon kayong corn and... Ano ba to? Corn and crab soup?
Crab and corn.
O yun pala, sorry. Meron? Magkano isang
59.
Ha?
59.
Pabili. Isa na. Mamali na ako eh.
Welcome once again, weary travelers, to the land of Erythron, where danger and riches may be found in equal measure. Before we see the grand adventure lies ahead, a little bit of housekeeping. Kim, Elliot, I'd like you to meet my brother-in-law, Phil. Greetings, fellow adventurers. Phil's been very interested in trying out dungeons.
The last two episodes of The Mandalorian have confused people in a couple of ways, and one of those is the titles. Chapter 23 was called The Spies, and now Chapter 24 is called The Return. When I read this title, I thought immediately, oh, Thrawn must be returning, finally, in this episode, but it wasn't to be. I think they're saving him for the Ahsoka show. So who is this referring to? Is it the return to Mandalore for all the Mandalorians, the return to their homeworlds, and being able to finally reclaim it? Is it the return to power for Bo-Katan? Or is it referring to something else entirely? I think the same can still be said for episode 23, The Spies. We still don't really know who the spies are. Are they the Shadow Council? Was it Moff Gideon? Because clearly it wasn't any of the Mandalorians. None of them ended up betraying one another as some people had thought.
It was important for you to arrive without it, so your capture would be convincing.
Oh, they were convinced, all right. But how come I'm the one getting caught all the time?
doesn't look good. When you're a Jedi Master, you can make the plan. That's just it. How can I become a Jedi Master if I'm always getting caught? At least you're a master at getting caught. Very funny.
The last 2 episodes of The Mandalorian have confused people in a couple of ways, and one of those is the titles. Chapter 23 was called The Spies, and now Chapter 24 is called The Return. When I read this title, I thought immediately, oh, Thrawn must be returning, finally, in this episode.
There can still be clones around every corner. Huh?
Why the long face?
Hmm? 140.
Keep up, Roy. Yes, sir.
Selling art online has never been easier. Today, I'll show you how to generate and upload.
Oh my god. Insane. Ano?
San Marino pong maliit. Yung maanghang po. Tapos dalawang ikaw. Sarap po. Dalawa po.
Dalawang ikaw. Ano po? Yes, Wayne.
Hindi may ilaw daw kayo. Kulay dilaw?
yung ilan ah?
Merong 7.
Yun ba yung pinakamura?
Yes.
Wait lang. Tanong ko muna kay mama.
Go.
70?
The ultimate variants are the ones you can only get from the token shop for 5,000 tokens. The only way. I was quite sad to see them discontinue the ultimate variant because I've been waiting for this era for ages. Oh! Oh my god! I am buying her right now. And now, if I get the air booster, I will my time. I'm for I heard squirrels in the dark. I'm excited, okay? When I'm raging for aim, for gold, it's gold! Wow. That looks so nice. The ultimate version is the one you can only get from the token shop for 5,000 tokens. The only way. I was quite sad to see the ultimate version because I've been waiting for this era for ages. Oh! Oh my god! I am buying her right now. And now, if I get the air booster, I will my time.
45.
I'm excited, okay? When I'm ready for gold, it's gold! Wow. That looks so nice. The ultimate variant is the one you only get from 5,000. The only way. I was quite sad to see this. I'm waiting for this. Oh my god! I am buying her right now. And now, if I get the air boosters, I will my pass. As for I heard squirrels in the dark. I'm excited, okay? I'm raging for gold.
Dick.
It's gold! Wow. That looks so nice. The ultimate variants are the ones you can only get from the token.
If I can't beat Minecraft in 2 hours,
I improved in 1 minute. Robots take care of me. You know, we almost got a disgusting Wonder Woman comic. We've had the Death of Superman,
29.
Batman Night.
That's like egg fried rice.
Ah, little boy making.
Data's made $3.2 million from selling digital patterns on Etsy. That's $29,722 a month every month for her 9 years in the business. And even now, there's beginners that do it very simple. You have to have images that you're after. The AI is... Now, it looks like AI does all the work, and it kind of does, but it's not as easy as it looks. There's a few tricks you have to learn. Before you go creating a whole bunch of random patterns, you're going to want to know if anyone's actually going to buy them and how much money you can make. I'm using a lure here to analyze a shop called Bull Market, which pretty much only sells these digital patterns. They've made over 300 grand, which is just an estimate by Allura, but I know from experience that they are very accurate. Watercolored flowers is one of the top listings, having brought in around $1,800 for one pattern that Midjourney can make in 60 seconds. It's got hundreds of 5-star reviews for this one pattern. Customers are very clearly satisfied. In the first place, we can do market research is by reading these reviews to see exactly what people are using these patterns for. There's customers talking about making envelopes, journals, and printing it onto fabrics. So we can create more patterns with those purposes in mind, but also see what customers complain about, what's missing, and serve that need. Veronica's shop has sold over 56,000 patterns for around 320 grand in revenue. The One way she's boosted her average order value is by packaging her designs and selling it in a big bundle. She doesn't have a niche necessarily, she's just making and selling whatever people are buying. Vintage paper patterns, wizards, flowers, Christmas, rainbows, and space. We can also make all kinds of cool patterns like Italian food, crazy cartoon monsters, vintage hippie, super detailed shrimp on the Barbie. Like you and I are gonna sell simple flower patterns that women's summer floral dresses. Why? Because this time of year, Google searches and demand for these floral dresses skyrockets. Big and small fashion brands pump out these dresses and need to buy these patterns. Demand for this brand called Adore just pops every summer, and I found out by heading over back to the Midjourney 5 here, so that your server is running the best engine. Now we're ready to start commanding the best art and the dash tile.
Meron po kayo ganito Asawa po kayo ba, ma'am?
Yeah.
Keyword at the end of the prompt. That will tell the AI that you want a seamless pattern that can be repeated. This button will repeat the prompt and give you 4 new images. So if your prompt is good, but you didn't get exactly what you're after, just keep repeating this, creating your own store. Just pops every summer, and I found out how much money they make of these dresses and need to buy these patterns. Demand for this brand called Adore just pops every summer, and I found out how much money they make by going to their privacy page where they need to list their company name. And then I searched for them on this website called Alla Bolag to find their income statement. And here we can see that their profit is doubling every year, so we know they're onto a winning concept. So join Midjourney AI by heading over to their website and clicking on Join the Beta. You have to join the Discord server because this is where you'll actually generate the patterns. And Discord is free, so join that. Midjourney is also free in the beginning, but if you want to sell your
29.
patterns, you have to
9.
pay $10 a month to get commercial rights to the patterns that you generate. First trick to make things super easy is creating your own server. Just click on this plus button and then hit create my own server with me and my friends. Give it a sassy name. Then go back to the Midjourney server, find the Midjourney bot, and click add to server. Choose the server that you just
Sabi na itlog na pula.
Lima? 54. Seven.
Ay, milon.
Ha? Milon.
Milon nag-ice cream.
Mayroon.
Sana isa.
Hindi milon. Watermelon.
Ay, kayong watermelon.
Watermelon na wala. Wala kami milon. Watermelon na
Magkano mantika?
create it from the drop.